Hi, Victor. Welcome. Uh, and hello, everyone that's joining us today. Thanks a lot for taking time to do this. This is going to be a little bit different session because we're talking about improving Microsoft 365 adoption. But the important thing that we're doing is we've invited a friend and partner along. Victor Liu is the president and CEO of Link High. Victor is located in New Jersey, uh, and but does business across the country. First of all, as I'm introducing Victor in the topic, I want to apologize for the time change today. I got my wires crossed, but I think we're all together now, and it's going to go well. Uh, our intent's to have a discussion about the real issues that your clients encounter, Victor, and just really touch on a few of those critical topics that are important to us all in the Microsoft ecosystem. So, Victor, can you just take a minute and introduce yourself and your company so that uh, uh, we get that important part done?
Sure. Well, thank you, Scott.
Sure.
Um, well, good afternoon, everyone. You know, I'm the president of Link High Technologies. We're a New Jersey-based Microsoft solution provider. So we really focus on the Office 365 and Azure space. We really focus on a few verticals, which is really manufacturing, distribution, and financial services. And our clients are typically in the 50 to 400 seat range. And as Scott said, we have clients throughout the country, and we have employees throughout the country as well.
Well, yeah, thanks, Victor. Something that Victor and I discovered after we started working together is we both survived the pandemic in the same way. We both decided to grow vegetable gardens, so we had that in common. So we can compare notes and pictures. We won't spend any more time on that topic here, but it really is an interesting time that we've lived through, Victor. And I have to guess that that's created some new challenges, or I know it's created some new challenges for most of our business users. But I'm guessing that it's also, the same old challenges that were always there are there also. So uh, to me, Microsoft 365 adoption improvement is really driven by how we simplify and secure the environment, among other things. But beyond that, what are your thoughts about your current customer base and how you've helped during this time?
Well, the last 2 years has just been incredible in terms of cloud adoption. So it was fairly steady, but the last 2 years, it's clients that, if you asked me 3 years ago, would ever go to the cloud, my answer would be I would be willing to bet money no. But
Yeah,
those are the ones that have really moved to the cloud with incredible speed. It's really about the ability to communicate and work in any environment. Almost that all our clients are working either full-time remote, hybrid. So communication is key. Office 365 is really the center of that communication, along with Teams. Teams adoption has been incredible. We've had clients migrate from other solutions to Office 365 just for Microsoft Teams.
well, that's terrific. So what have been the biggest challenges? Even though they're adopting Teams now, they're utilizing those great tools to help out on the edge of the network as well as at the core. What are the biggest challenges they're still facing?
Well, Teams is great for instant communication. Everyone starts using it as chat, but to run a company or an organization needs a little more structure, right? So that's how I found, Titan Workspace and Scott. Is I was really looking for this product for my own organization, right? I thought Teams is great, but I can't run a company. Some pain points were documents. Sharing in Teams is good until you ask the individual about the document the next day or the next week or the next month. It's gone. So the document feature of Titan is great. It's the ability to share. It's a single repository. the ability to also ask for approvals and sign-offs. There's no more, oh, I sent you an important document last week and, oh, I never saw it. Well, there's proof of it. Either there's a sign-off that means you saw it or not. So it's been a game changer.
Well, Victor, I know I'm biased about how Titan Workspace can help, in this environment, and I know it can. Can you dig a little deeper about how your clients deal with those issues without Titan? I mean, how are they getting that job done now without it?
Well, without Titan, it's either a mixture of email, which is never a good idea when you're exchanging documents that are essentially live, right? Because you really lack version control. People can be emailing documents back and forth, and then when you have discussion, no one's on the same page because they're always looking at a different version, or they're using SharePoint. SharePoint's good if you're a single organization, but our clients are manufacturers and distributions, so they have an ecosystem. They're working constant upstream partners, clients, other vendors. So the ability to communicate in SharePoint when you're not part of that tight ecosystem or the organization is extremely difficult to manage and often doesn't work.
Yeah, I know we're going to talk about that in just a little bit also, how we collaborate outside of the Teams / Microsoft environment. But that really presents some important challenges for your customer base, I would think. Not only from a collaboration and capability perspective, but also from security perspective. How are those issues creating security issues for your clients? Right?
Well, right now,
Great.
If you're outside the organization, you're essentially a guest. And SharePoint doesn't really work or play very nice with guests. So either you're giving them too much permission or too little, so they can't really collaborate with you. So, having a platform that works very well with external guest access and to manage it and track it is very important.
Victor, as a business user, I am a business user, not a technical person. I always thought all that stuff just happened when you called the IT guy, and it was easy for him to do. And I've since learned a much different story. What does it take to like engage with an outside entity and pull them into the environment to collaborate securely? I mean, what steps do you have to take there?
Well, first, you really have to get them to join the organization. So if they're in the Microsoft ecosystem, it's fairly easy to give them access. It's still a little difficult to play around with permissions. But if they're outside the ecosystem using like a Gmail, we still see some AOL accounts floating out there, Yahoo accounts. Those are very hard to incorporate into the organization. So we've actually, it's not worth the time and expense, actually helped our clients' vendors and dealers create Outlook.com accounts, right? But you're just adding that extra layer to make it very difficult to communicate quickly.
Well, you're a very technical guy, I believe, and even you just made a comment that permissions can be a little difficult to deal with in the SharePoint environment. Most business users are challenged by that, but obviously we have some tools to help with that. You were telling me the other day about one of your clients that had a multi-location distribution kind of model that really need to collaborate with dealers or distributors. Is that kind of where you've been able to apply this rationale so far?
Yes. So one of the biggest pain points, we have a lot of clients that are like manufacturers or distributors, and they have a dealer network throughout the country. But these are independent dealers. So you have very low control over IT. You certainly can't dictate what they use. So before we tried SharePoint, but these dealers could have Gmail, Yahoo, AOL, and it just didn't work. So then our clients tried Dropbox, right? But then you have two platforms. Some of your organization is working in SharePoint in the Microsoft ecosystem. Then you have a Dropbox. So Titan has worked very well in creating a seamless guest access. You can provide guest access to anyone. And here's the scenario. So our client makes telescopic handlers. Um, and they have dealer networks. So what they're doing is that value add. So if you're a dealer, they can provide you marketing materials with your logo on it, price, marketing slicks with your logo. So certainly they want to have a guest portal, right? The ability for the dealer to log in and get that, customized document from you easily. So that's, very important. That's why for most people, guest access is, an afterthought. For this type of client, which is probably a third of our business, distribution with the dealer network, it's really the core, right? If you can't service your dealers, they're going to go somewhere else, right? So this is the one feature that can actually, sell the solution.
That's interesting. I've been around a few of the similar use cases for that product, and that seems to be dominant. That you have partners or distributors that you deal with. You've got to deliver information in a very secure way, in a very efficient way. You've got to get away from the days of someone sitting at a desk and attaching an Excel spreadsheet to an email to deliver information,
right?
Because that throws everything into the wild, and we all know what happens there. So we've had some similar use cases from other opportunities we've worked with. That it's really fascinating how much improvement and much more best practice kind of environment we can develop with just a secure portal.
I agree. And the most important thing is you're working collaboratively live. So you can edit the documents live. It speeds up the whole process and reduces any errors, right? Instead of me sending you an email with an attachment that you'll look at some other time, get back to me, and take 2-3 days, you and I can work on a document live, edit it together, right? Come to terms, this is exactly what we're looking for, and be done with it. That's how you speed up, the business process.
Yeah, that's cool stuff. We're really unlocking. The client's already invested in a really important platform with Microsoft 365. We're really, with Titan Workspace, unlocking the ability to really fully utilize it and utilize the benefits of it. So it's an exciting thing to see happen and to work through with the customer, because I don't know, generally, as you're talking with your client base, I mean, what are the main things that they're responding very positively to within the Titan Workspace platform?
Well, it's really the ability to collaborate, right? Internally, externally, real-time collaboration is key. And also the ability to work anywhere, right? So it works through, and it takes very little training, right? It works through the Teams interface, which everyone knows how to do that, or it works through a web browser, which almost everything is, web-based now. So it's just, it's intuitive, right? It's not another interface that you have to learn, and it's portable. You can use it on your mobile phone, iPad, anything.
Yeah, there are a lot of options, and it offers a lot of flexibility, but it also kind of creates a collaboration standard.
Yes.
You drive a methodology for your collaborators to collaborate with you on, and therefore kind of build more of that best practice that we talked about just a minute ago into the process.
Well, this is how business is going to work from now on. Right? Yeah. It's changed. Right? You could be anywhere, Oklahoma, New Jersey, at the shore, and work on any device together.
Yeah. Did you say the shore?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, I get it.
Jersey Shore. Yeah.
Great. So, any other any other tools that you see coming out that are as impactful or as is really collaboration the core issue that
I
you're
think
trying to?
collaboration, and since it's based around Microsoft Teams, you have the entire Microsoft ecosystem, right? You use the Excel, the PowerPoint, the Word,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what everyone's, trained in. So all the tools that you use day to day is in this product. Right? So
Yeah, it's interesting.
it's easy.
What I always like to emphasize with everyone I talk to is that, and for those joining us, this is a product that installs on the Microsoft tenant. You don't have to design third-party compute to run it. You don't have to have third-party network to onboard it. You don't have to have anything but your Microsoft 365 environment and a cloud SharePoint approach to really drive a lot of benefit out of this product. It's easy to deploy, and we can deploy quickly. So, you know, shameless plug. I happy to show more detail, and I'm sure Victor is too, to anyone
Absolutely.
that would like to take a look.
Yeah, definitely. I think either you or I would be happy to do demos. We have case studies, use cases in different industries. Also, or just to discuss, any unique needs that you may have in your industry. We
Right.
could probably think of a way to use it.
Great. Well, I'd like to check. It looks like we may have had a request come in. No, it was a someone saying hi to me. If there are any, hi, Ugresh, good to see you. But if anyone would like to submit any question for us currently, we'd be happy to deal with it. If you want to send something after the fact, we can respond later. This is, as it was intended, just a brief discussion about maximizing and simplifying Microsoft 365 usage at your customer site. We I'm sure you've noticed, intentionally did not have slides to share and demos to make. We just really wanted to have an interaction and talk about this important topic. So any questions, feel free to submit them. Do you have any other comments, Victor, that you'd like to share about?
Well, actually, I have one question
Sure.
that was fed to me. Is really, what the onboarding process is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you. Uh, yeah, it's actually very simple. We work with each director within your organization, your customer's organization, kind of define what parts of the product suite will be utilized and how we're going to deploy it at the site. Most of this application set, the Titan Workspace, is it's ready out of the box. It's not a custom system. One of the challenges that we see out there in the marketplace is when people, develop custom intranets and other things that are available inside Titan Workspace. It can be a challenge, long term to maintain if you lose people, if you're a smaller organization or whatever. And this approach seems to be very effective. So onboarding process, we have a US-based onboarding team. We work with your customer and with our partner, and we deploy the application. It typically can happen in 2 to 4 weeks. So that's pretty fast. I have a question for you, Victor.
Sure.
As a partner, and we probably have a lot of partners joining us today. As a partner, what value do you see in a product like Titan?
Well, to be honest, I was looking for a product. My main criteria for my organization was Teams based, right? So Titan has, fits that bill. It's Microsoft Teams based because I wanted that one interface that we live in. So foremost, I went into this really as a customer standpoint, but then as a partner, it's great. US based team, very responsive. It's taking my input. So we're clients too. We're using it both in the production day to day to run our company. We also are using it as a partner to sell to our a client base and come up with use cases. But all our feedback has been responded to, and I feel like I'm part of the process to make the product better.
Great. Yeah, what we really appreciate about working with you and your team, Victor, is that you're not just a reseller. You're a partner in that you use the product,
Yes.
you embed it within your work environment so that you can fully understand it and ultimately better help your client base. So we really appreciate that.
Thank you. No, it's really changed the organization just in the last 2 months or so. It's really changed the way we run. I think we're more structured, and that was the big worry during the pandemic, that everyone's anywhere, right? The ability to really keep track of everything, and we want something that's easy to use and very intuitive, and this fits the bill.
Yeah. Interesting. Great. I don't see any other questions coming in. Victor, do you have anything else that we need to discuss?
No, but like you said, the offer stands. Happy to do a demo or just talk about use cases. You can contact Scott or myself.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Victor, and thanks to everyone that's viewed the session today. We really enjoy doing this, and stay tuned for whatever we're going to do next month. But thanks, Victor, and we'll see everyone soon.
Oh, thank you.
All right, thank you.